I remember teaching this lesson at the primary. It's about a man who goes on a tree, who goes up on a tree to see Jesus. So let's see what happens. I hope you have your Bibles.
No.
How many of you have your Bible? One.
I'll get the Bible.
Jesus entered Jericho and was passing through. So where was he passing through?
Africa.
Jericho. Do you know where Jericho is?
Yes.
Yes, it's a place in Israel.
우리가 아프리카 맞잖아.
No, Israel is not in Africa. It's in the Middle East.
Yes, it's Asia.
Yeah.
What?
It's not that. Egypt is in Africa.
야, 이집트이죠, 아프리카.
So Israel is not in Africa.
이스라엘 지금 현대 이스라엘 없어요.
Sorry?
야, 이집트가 아프리카잖아.
지금 현대
이스라엘 이집트 다른 거잖아. 바보야.
알았어.
Okay, listen carefully. So Jesus was in Jericho, and a man was there by the name of Zacchaeus. Okay. He says today, salvation. What is salvation?
Salvation.
One. Salvation means you will be saved. Salvation, saved. Okay. The salvation that you will be saved has come to this house, Zacchaeus' house. Because this man, Zacchaeus too, is the son of Abraham. So Jesus looks at Zacchaeus as the same as equal to others. So even though he has sinned, he is still the son of Abraham and my son. Okay? Do you
좀
understand?
조용히 좀 해봐, 너.
Joe, do you understand?
Yes.
Are you sure you understand?
Yes. Yeah.
So Jesus says he is a son of Abraham too. For the Son of Man, Jesus came to save what was lost. So that he is saying that Zacchaeus was lost, right? He's like a sheep out of the crowd. He was different and a sinner. But Jesus came to seek him and give him the right path and give him the right way. Okay? So Jesus saved Zacchaeus. You want to sing that song?
We didn't have that fight.
Guys, Tasha is going to sing a song about Zacchaeus. Do you want to listen?
Zacchaeus was a wee little man, and a wee little man was he. Growing up in a sycamore tree, the Lord he wanted to see. And as I say it,
Okay, it was very good.
He's an awesome God, He reigns from heaven above with strength. Some power and love, our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God, He reigns from heaven above with strength. Some power and love, our God is an awesome God. From heaven above with grace, some power and love. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with grace, some power and love. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with grace. Some power and love, our God is an awesome God. God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with grace. Some power and love, our God is an awesome God. God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. You know, God is a great. God is a big. 네, 삐약이 one more. 삐약이. 그거 one more time? Yeah.
그만
But
쳐.
이거 그거 있어. 그걸 크게.
네 얼굴 쳐버린다.
yeah, I was at primary class.
네 얼굴이 아니야.
We go
저
to.
얼굴이다.
야, 너 그거 알았냐?
Sorry.
손이 네 얼굴보다 크면.
야, 나는 진짜 떨어진다.
어?
We are going to primary class.
좋은데? 나 해봐.
말소리 별보다 크면 너 집이 나 이렇게 하면 딱 치면 돼.
머리 큰 거 아니야?
그러니까 뭔가 좀
You have to remember who,
Everyone, it's Afronita.
when, where.
Called Whose Side Are You On?
Whose side are you on?
Whose side are you on?
The memory verse is
I'm
from
on
Memory
South
verse.
Korea.
You memorize this one? Not?
이렇게가 생겼어.
Do not let your
You
heart
memorize this. 1
trust
second.
in God. Trust also in me. Today's message is we can worship our awesome God every day. Have you ever had part in a program? I mean a really big program in a church with hundreds of seats.
Yes.
You feel important practicing for the program. You mustn't make any mistakes. But then you worry so much that you nearly forget your part. That is about how Joshua felt after Moses died. Joshua walked between the rows of tents. He smiled at the families he passed, but he didn't stop to talk. He needed some exercise. He needed time alone to think. So many amazing things had happened in the past few days. Joshua quickly reached the edge of the camp. His steps got even longer as he headed back across the fields. He walked on until he had a good view of the Jordan River. Then he stopped and just looked. The river was flooded and dangerous, but the Israelites were all safely across and in the promised land. Once again, their awesome God had seen them through. The people had just finished celebrating the Passover. Soon it would be time to move on. But moving on was scary. The Israelites had powerful enemies in this new land. As Joshua slowly turned in a circle, he studied the great walled city of Jericho. Big, tall walls. Thick walls. How small the Israelite camp looked with Jericho's walls towering above them. Joshua had no idea what to do. How was he going to lead the army of Israel against that mighty city? They had no fancy weapons of war. Joshua shuddered to think of his poorly trained soldiers. They were not ready for battle. Suddenly, someone stood in front of Joshua holding a sword. Joshua stepped boldly up to him. "Whose side are you on?" Joshua asked. "Ours or our enemies?" If he were an Israelite soldier, he had some explaining to do. Joshua had not told any of his soldiers to leave camp. If the stranger were an enemy, Joshua was ready to fight. "Neither," the man answered. "I am here as the commander of the Lord's army." Suddenly, Joshua realized that this was no ordinary soldier. This was the Lord himself. Joshua fell at his feet in worship. "I am your servant, sir. What do you want me to do?" "Take your sandals off. You are standing on holy ground," the commander
You
replied.
remember this scene, and then I make the who's gonna be low,
Joshua had
Joshua,
been
who's
thinking
gonna
about
be
battle plans. He had
angels
imagined
like that.
there was to be a war and that he would be the general in charge. But now he learned that the battle was the Lord's. The plans were already made, and the Lord was in charge. Joshua did not have to bear the heavy responsibility of leadership all alone. The Lord was here. His awesome God was with him.
Who is the
This podcast is read by